There are many different mental illnesses out in the world. One of the most talked about illnesses in recent years is depression. Depression is a very serious illness and can not only affect you, but also your daily life. But there's another mental illness that not many people talk about, which is actually pretty serious as well. This mental illness is called anxiety. Not a lot of people talk about anxiety or how it can be harmful to you. Anxiety can cause many physical and mental problems, such as headaches, chronic pains, insomnia, and many more. Anxiety can also cause depression. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with anxiety and slight depression. My anxiety came from my recent being in a car crash and having to pay for all the repairs, as well as having to pay for rent and school. I felt my whole life was coming down on me. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. I felt I couldn't stop my head from constantly spinning and spinning. I learned how very serious anxiety is and how it can take a toll on you. Today I will be persuading you that anxiety is a very serious mental illness and should not be taken very lightly. First, I will show you how common anxiety is around the world. Then, what can cause anxiety? And lastly, I will be persuading you on how anxiety can affect us. So why take anxiety seriously? Is it even that prevalent in the world to be noticed? Yes, because anxiety isn't just in the United States. It's happening all around us. According to the World Economic Forum, approximately 275 million people suffer from anxiety disorder, which is about 4% of the whole world, and a spread of approximately 2.6% to 6.5% of the population per country, with 62% of those suffering from anxiety being women, which the other 170 million remaining being men. And in 2016, anxiety was up 3.83%, which was higher than the recorded depression rates in that year. So now that you know about how serious anxiety is around the world, I'll now be explaining the different types of actions or situations that can cause anxiety. According to MayoClinic.org, there are many different type of factors that can cause anxiety, like underlying mental illnesses and medical issues, such as heart disease, diabetes, thyroid problems, respiratory disorders, and many more. There are also many risk factors that can cause anxiety, such as traumas, whether you're an adult or a child, stress due to illness, stress buildup from daily life, and various mental health disorders, family history of anxiety, and even misuse of drugs and alcohol. Because there is no specific way to identify what causes anxiety, it is very hard to track down before you can get it. Now that I explained what can cause anxiety, I will now be persuading you by telling you how anxiety can affect us. According to the National Institute of Medical Health, there are two different types of anxiety disorders. General anxiety disorder, which makes you feel restless, easily fatigued, irritable, having troubles expressing your emotions, and makes you have a hard time falling asleep. Then there is also panic disorder, which can cause panic attacks. These panic attacks can make you have excessive sweating, uncontrollable shaking, accelerated heart rates, and makes you feel like you have no control over yourself. First, I explained how common anxiety is around the world. Then I talked about what can cause anxiety. And lastly, I showed you how anxiety can affect us all. If we do what we can to help lower anxiety rates, then we would be able to also lower other health disorders, such as panic attacks, depression, and even insomnia. As many of us focus on helping people with depression and how we can prevent it, we should also start looking at how we can help and prevent anxiety as well. Seeing how widespread anxiety is and how it can affect many other people, we should really take it more seriously. Some ways of helping with anxiety can be meditation, relaxation, working out, um, doing activities that you find enjoyable, or something even as small as a weighted blanket. These small things can help lower anxiety and also help lower other mental disorders. And by lowering these anxieties and mental disorders, we can have a more comfortable and safe life.